Ubiest of the tubiest. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. We are underway. We are now just over halfway with our fiasco repair from earlier. It is about 2:45 local time here, and we need to take our 30 break, so let's do that. Okay, so let's get that shine out of it so you can see what we're looking at. We've been driving 5 hours and 44 minutes, and we've driven 336 miles. Our goal is 600, okay? As you can see at the top here, next exclamation point, where am I? Right here. We have 1 hour and 16 minutes left to drive before we have to take a 30-minute break. So there's a truck stop here, so so we're going to go ahead and take our 30 right now. So as you can see, our status shows us driving. We're going to have to change that. So we're going to go to change right here. Up, change, and then we're going to go off duty for the 30 break. There it is. Do okay. Now we're off duty, and it shows our duration at 5 minutes because we had been sitting. The truck hadn't been moving, so it gave me credit for that 5 minutes. But we don't never go back right at 30 anyways. We always wait till it's like 32 or something like that before we pull off. So now we're set, and we're going to do our 30-minute break. So right now what we need to do is plan the remaining of our trip, okay? Our goal is 600 miles. So to get 600 miles, we're going to need to do 260 miles or so to make 600. So the next step is to we're going to look at the weather first, make sure that we're not going to run into anything. We looked at it earlier before we started the trip, but we're going to look at it again right now just to make sure everything's still clear. That's the first thing we're going to do. Then we're going to open up Trucker Path and put in our final and find out what's between here and our final as far as parking, because now that we're at the halfway point, we need to find out where we're going to park. It very well may be that we need to park shy of our goal, and so we need to look at that. Then we need to look at what time it's going to be when we get there, and we're going to pick a few options, and if the closest option works, then there you go. You have to use the closest option. And then you just start working your way down if the closest option doesn't work. So let's look at the weather. Then we're gonna look at the Trucker Path and see what we can come up with. Okay. All right. Here we go. We need a little bit of information. The first information we need is that we're 481 miles to the destination. Okay. So we know that we won't make it to the destination, but we need to know that. Okay, and then, oh, that's not what I wanted. Then we need to go to hours of service.
You had 4 hours and 10 minutes
Look at the summary.
Drive time.
Okay, on the summary, the top, it says 8 hours, 8-hour break, and then it says an hour and 10 minutes. That means we have an hour and 10 minutes before we have to shut down for the 8-hour break. We're already on the break, so we're not worried about that. Then we're going to look at the remaining hours. You see where it says 11 has 5 hours and 20 minutes remaining. And then on the 14, we have 7 hours and 9 minutes remaining. The smallest of those is what we actually going to have to drive. So we only have 5 hours and 20 minutes to drive, okay? So, what we're going to do is assume that we're going to have 4 hours of driving time. We're going to say that because if you put it all the way out to your full 520 and plan that, what if the first spot you choose that you've planned out, that 520 miles is full? There's no place to park. Now you done ran out all your time and you don't have any time left to go find a place that's not full. So we're going to say 4 hours. Then we're going to plan 4 hours at 50 miles an hour just because you may run into some things. So that means 200 miles is what we can run. Okay, so that means we won't quite reach our goal, but we can still run 200 hours. Okay, so that's how we determine how far we can go. So now we're going to look at our radar, and we're here. We need to be over here, and there's nothing in here. So weather-wise, we're good. Okay. So now let's plan it. We're in Trip Planner right now. That's our route. It's going to take us to our destination. Okay. So what we need to do is choose that route. This saying 479 miles, but remember our Qualcomm said more than that. That's the reason that you have to know what the real miles is. That's why we looked at the Qualcomm first, because the Qualcomm is going to be much more accurate to the door than this trucker path. Okay, so let's choose that route, and bam, look at all those spots just popped up. So we can omit half of that, and we're going to start opening things up. I'm going to just for reference, all of these are locations that are potential parking spots in Walmarts, and then also that green W right there, that's a way station. So Trucker's Path can show you all of these things. Now we are over here where it begins. Okay, so let's just choose this way station right here. See how it pops up, and then let's open it. It says that we're 95. See right there, it says that we're 95 miles from there. So that's about halfway of where we want to be. That's not enough. Let's go ahead and close that. And let's go over here to look, there's another P. That's a pilot. Let's see where that pilot is. It should pop up. There it is. We're getting close. That's 171, and remember, this thing is going to be shy, so that's going to put us somewhere around 180 miles. Let's make that our first option. 10 minutes ago it was full. Look at that. So it's not an option then, is it? But we know that we're at 180 miles. We need to start looking for places. There's a Walmart. That's what those little fancy looking doodles right there is. Let's choose that Walmart. So when you see those right there, that it's a general an indication where it says lots of spots, some spots. That's generally an indication that that particular Walmart does allow overnight parking. Let's choose it, and it'll let us know if it has parking spots. Look, it's not lit up, so that means they do not allow overnight parking. So we're going to omit that one. And then there's something else here. It's got a few trucks parking there. Let's see what that is. It's a Waffle House, so we don't want to mess with that. Close it down, and then we're just going to keep going until we find a place. There's another Walmart. It's a super Walmart, and it's not lit up, so it does not allow for overnight parking. We have to keep searching. Well, we can't go too far because we don't have very much time. There's another Walmart right here. Let's see where that is. It's a super Walmart, and it does not allow for overnight parking. See how we just continuously checking on some things. There's a spot. They do allow 18 hours ago with some parking, which means it's probably pretty good. They have 50 spots. They allow overnight. That's going to be our first option. Okay, and it's a mom and pop place. It's not even a TA or anything like that, and that's fine. We don't care. All we want to do is park. Okay, and it's not very far off of the interstate, off of 10. So that's going to be our first spot. If we get there and don't find anything, then look, there's a crap load more over here that we can then go to. But if we pass up the first spot to try to go to one of these other spots, it may not work out well for us. Okay, so I am going to choose that spot. It opened up. It says 186 miles, so it's probably going to put us right at our 200. Let's go ahead and choose it. And let's see how many actual miles it's going to be. 205. And it says 3 hours, so we can add 1 more hour, so we'll make that. And that's where we're gonna choose to park, okay? Simple trip planning. That's all it is. And when we get there, we'll end up taking 205 miles off of that 480, which means we're gonna have to wake up tomorrow and run only 280 miles. Okay, so that's gonna be pretty good. All right, Dubious, we are done driving for today. So let's see what we got. Okay. All right. First off, that's how much time we got remaining on our clock. So we drove all of it except for right about an hour and a half. Okay. So let's see the tail of the tape here. We drove 572 miles, so we didn't get quite to 600, but there's good parking here at this rest area, so that's why I went ahead and stopped. And let's see, if we go home,
Messaging.
Navigation,
Messaging.
look, that's all we have remaining tomorrow. So that's about 4.5 hours of driving right there. Maybe a little more, but that's gonna be right about where we need to be. Okay, to get us to the destination, to the customer. So
Messaging. You had
we
1 hours
are.
and 47 minutes of remaining
We're gonna
drive
get there.
time.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there on time. But look what you have to do, man. 572 miles. You gotta run. That little trailer disconnect, they gotta fix that on this truck because it just happens all the time. You know, my trailer ain't disconnected, but so anyways, what we need to do now is, where am I? Right here, change. We need to go, excuse me, on duty and do our post trip. Excuse me. Come on. Post trip. So let's see what happened. Let's see if it. I don't know why I did that. Okay, yeah, we're on duty. We're on duty right now for post trip. And we've been on post. Well, since I've been still, it bumped me up to 5 minutes. Okay. So, anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the post trip, and and then post trip, and then get a little something to snack on there, and hit the sleeper. And I got to sleep for 10 hours because I didn't leave any time on the clock today to take an 8-hour split sleep. So, but we're gonna be on time. In fact, we're gonna be early because in the morning I'm gonna get up right after my 10 hours is up. 10 hours and 1 minute. I'm going on duty for a pre-trip, and we're gonna get this load that was looking for a team to take. We're gonna solo that motherfucker and get it there early. So all's well that ends well, I assume. But I shouldn't have had to drive that hard, but whatever. That's what we do. Here we go. Boop. Hey everybody, 50 Plus here. What do I do when my recruiter won't return my calls? They're lying to me. They don't have answers to the questions I'm asking. Problem is, once I get those questions, it's already too late. Industry standard. Once a recruiter has got you, they got you. You belong to them. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you my recruiter's information. Her name is Autumn, and if you're thinking about joining Swift, that's who I want you to contact. Give her a call. She's going to send you through the process. Eventually, you're going to wind up on a mentor's truck. When you get in that truck, you're going to be in that truck for 200 hours. For 200 hours, I want your phone in the bunk. If you're willing to do that, I'm going to send you a Blue Pirate headset. You need to let Autumn know 50 Plus sent you.